Oh, this is going to be good, folks. We're joined now by Billy Thorpe. And, you know, a lot of people talking about this young man, 20 years old from Dayton, Ohio. He's making a lot of noise in the pool world. Billy, thanks for joining us. You know, they call you, a lot of people going, you're the next great pool player out of America. What do you think when people say that about you?
Well, they're kind of, it's a great feeling, obviously, but it's definitely putting a little pressure on me. But I love that pressure, you know. Makes me grind harder every time I'm down on the table. So I actually love it, you know. It's a good feeling. Why
do you think people are putting this kind of hopes and dreams upon your shoulders?
Well, a lot of these people have been watching me since I've been like real young, like 10, 11 years old. I was going to the Derby, and a lot of these people have seen me then, you know. So maybe that's why, I'm guessing. They watched me grow up and, you know, win my first title at the Derby and stuff. So they're really rooting me on, and you know, so.
Right, you won the one pocket this year.
Yep.
At the, now, did you expect to win that? Did you think you could win a title like that?
Honestly, I thought I was going to win the bank pool before I was going to win the one pocket, but you know, one pocket has a lot to do with banking. So, you know, I just kind of went with the flow and played it match by match, and I won the title. It was a great feeling.
Now, you said you were going to the Derby since 11 years old. Did you actually play at the Derby when you were 11 years old?
Yeah, my dad and my mom put me in. They put me in the tournaments usually. Well, when it was at the old place, they had two separate arenas. Like one was for the amateur and the other side was for the pros. I was on the amateur side at first, but I would always go. They could never keep me off the pro side. I would always be over there watching and in the action room, and yeah, I was just always trying to get better. I loved it, you know. So
what is it you? Now, how young were you when you started pool? I mean, you were just a couple years old, I think. Right?
Yeah, I was 3 years old when I first started. When my dad, he would put me on top of the pool table. Yeah, he would put me on top of the pool table. My dad and my mom, and then started getting competitive when I was like I want to say like 8, maybe 7 or 8. I started playing like junior tournaments, and you know, started playing in those. My dad and my mom put me all in those and take me around, put me in those junior tournaments, and kind of just started playing in everything, you know. After I won a couple titles for junior, you know. And
what is it you loved about pool? I mean, a lot of kids, you know, there are kids who grow up with parents who push them into sports, and they kind of do it, but they don't really love it. But you obviously love the sport.
Oh, yeah.
What is it that you find so fascinating about pool?
Well, it's just everything's on yourself, you know. You gotta, if you want to get better, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? You have to put your time in and put your it's all about you. This game is, so you don't have like a coach like football, or you know, it's all on you. So if you want to get better, you better put your time in and be your own coach, you know. So
do you practice a lot?
Yeah, I try to. Yeah, but I'm mainly, like nowadays, I practiced a lot when I was real young, but nowadays I'm like gone every weekend. So when I'm at home now, I just try to spend time with my family, my girlfriend and stuff, so.
Right, now let's go back a little bit. Now, you at what point did you become this sort of like way out there money player? I mean, you were known for being a bit of a wild gambler, right?
Yeah.
When did this all start? You went into this territory.
Probably when I was like, man, I've been gambling since I was like 16 playing pool, but I started getting real big into gambling probably when I was like 17 or 18. I started playing for like real big sets. I had my buddy behind me, you know. He would put me in tough games 24/7, and he knew they were tough, but he just wanted to, you know, he knew it was going to make me better though, so he knew it was going to keep the pressure on me. And
can you tell me what is the most the biggest sort of most interesting sort of set you play? I know maybe you play like one rack for a certain amount of money. Can you tell me?
I've actually played 10,000 a game on a valley bar table, 9 ball.
One game. One single rack.
$10,000. Yep. Yeah.
Come on.
I beat a guy out of $50,000 one time doing that. Yeah. That was the most I've ever played for.
Did he know who you were?
Yeah. Yeah. We both know who each other are. But yeah, he's like you know, he's a great guy to gamble with. He's got a lot of money, obviously.
Apparently.
And yeah, 10,000 game on a Valley bar table in St. Louis.
So this is the kind of stories that get around, right? I mean, you built up quite a name for yourself, but as this guy who was willing to play these kind of money games, I mean, this creates a sort of whole backstory about yourself. But really, I guess at what point did you decide that you wanted to make that crossover to the professional game, to becoming a tournament player and not just a big-time money game player?
Well, like back then, I had to do what I had to do to make my money. So every time I had the chance to go gamble, I had to just take the opportunity, and I'm trying to win. I'm trying to make a living, So once I got, enough money where I could, I can afford going all these professional pool tournaments and, invest I was taking Shane Van Boning's advice and like investing my money into the professional side of the pool scene, and it's actually starting to work out for me, so got to thank him for that, telling me to do that. So that's what I try to do with my, that's when I switched, is when I got a little money built up, and saved my money, and then I invested it in playing in the like professional tournaments and with the best players in the world.
So you've been sort of taking your knocks and getting in there and just mixing it up.
Yeah, exactly.
And how was the experience of transitioning from being that money game player to the professional? Was it pretty smooth, or and do you like it more on the professional side? Does it give you more satisfaction to win a tournament rather than a big pot of money?
Yeah, it's definitely a better feeling winning a title rather than, it's nice winning cash.
Of course, the money goes with the title.
Yeah, exactly. But winning a title and just living that through your whole life, knowing that you won that, it's just a good feeling, A lot better than everybody will forget if you won $50,000 or whatever. I mean, but if you win like a derby title, nobody's ever going to forget that. So it's just like, it's a good feeling.
So where do you think you are now? I mean, I'm asking these questions because there's a lot of people going, hey, this kid is the next great American pool player. And, they saw you did well here at the Molinari. You beat 2 world champions in one night. You went on to the Derby the next week in January, and then you won the one pocket. So where do you stand right now as far as your feeling, as your level? Are you up there with the best? Are you sort of knocking on the door? Or?
I think I'm up there. I'm just making a couple little more mistakes than they are, but I think that'll come with, experience, come with me playing in more. I think once I go overseas, I think I might, hopefully I get to the next level. That would be even better if I go overseas and start playing, over there.
Yeah, because I can tell you, I travel around the world and cover all the events, and the one thing you don't see, which is pretty sad being an American myself, is a lot of American players. They don't go overseas nowadays, and you hear every excuse in the book, and you don't hear those excuses from the Europeans.
Right.
They go everywhere. They take their lumps in China and unfamiliar places, and they go and they take their they get hit upside the head, everything, and they come back and they're better for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But is that so? You want to do that? You want to get out there and compete?
Yeah, I want to, definitely. I think it's. I'm sure it's a crazy experience playing with those guys overseas. There's
different conditions.
Different different types of how people play. I still have a lot to learn, so I want to go check it out. So
what you're saying is that we will see you as much as possible out there playing in all kinds of tournaments all over the world.
Hopefully, yeah. I'm hoping. I want to, so, and I have, like I said, I'm going to invest my money into doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping so.
And so, what do you think of what is the state of the game in America right now?
What is it now?
The state of pool. How would you say, like, how what's going on in the game right now in pool? Because it seems to have been down a bit. It seems to be more of like small tournaments, money game. Like I said, you don't see a lot of Americans on the international circuit.
Well, it kind of seems like it's starting to make a comeback finally. We're starting to. I think our biggest move for us is to hopefully move everything to big tables, like we're trying to do.
Yeah, I think so.
And we might have a better chance in the Moscone Cup than rather than getting beat down every time. So we'll see, I guess. Hopefully it comes back and the big tables take off like the bar tables did all these years. So
I think what you have is a bit of a panache, a bit of a like this outgoing personality. Do you think that that's what attracts people to you? That you're very personable, but also very you sort of have the gambler's mentality on the table. You're willing. You seem quite daring when I watched you. You're not afraid to take any shots.
Yeah.
All right. Does anything scare you out there?
Well, I mean, every time I get down, I'm definitely gonna. If I see an opportunity that thinks that my percentages, if I make this ball, I'm gonna win, I'm shooting at it. So that's
you prefer to play offense than defense?
Yeah, if I have the opportunity, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna miss out on taking that to give me a chance to win. So yeah, I'm definitely all offense. I'm swinging at everything for the most part.
Wow. And Moscone Cup, let's talk about that. What do you think about that? Possible this year?
I'm hoping so. I mean, yeah. I'm going to all the events and competing with all these guys. I'm hoping to be in the best shape. If I do make the team, I hope to be in the best shape I can be by then. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, I can tell you, keep grounded. You're a real grounded kid. You're a lot of people say it about you. You're really down to earth.
Right.
And I guess it hasn't, none of this success or all the people coming up to you, do you enjoy that? I mean, when they come up to you and say, I love watching you play? And
yeah, it gives you confidence. It gives everybody confidence, but yeah, definitely, it's a good feeling. It's pretty cool that everybody's starting to notice me a little bit, and everybody's starting to become on my side and stuff. So yeah, it's a good feeling.
All right, one more question. How many years till you win a world championship? Any idea? What do you think? You ready?
Maybe, I don't know, 2 to 5 years maybe, I'm guessing. It depends on how much work I put in.
Okay.
I'm guessing that long.
And you're putting in the work?
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying. So, like I said, I want to go overseas, and I think that'll help me and boost my game up for sure.
All right.
I think there's something to that, going overseas and playing, so. Going to the Philippines and everything. I'd love to do that. So.
Well, I live in the Philippines, so if you come over, I'm gonna show you around.
All right, sounds good.
They will definitely take you to the cleaners, but I'm sure you'll take them back to the cleaners. It'll be a lot of fun, and you'll learn a lot. You just asked Darren Appleton about the apprenticeship he did in pool in the Philippines back in 2008.
Yeah.
And then he ended up becoming running through making a run through the sport that was unprecedented.
Yeah.
So yeah, you come over to the Philippines. I'm going to look after this guy. Okay. Hey, thanks a lot, Billy. Appreciate you coming in. This is the first of many.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Billy Thorpe. He'll be playing in the Aramith Masters here at Steinway Cafe Billiards here in New York City. One of the hot young prospects coming out of the United States. Remember that name, Billy Thorpe.